So the first video I did was, of course, me at the zoo, the classic. So I pulled it into Photoshop and added a shocked face emoji, which I just randomly placed somewhere. Then I roughly selected the elephant in the background, and I selected all of it other than in one circle. And then the area I had selected, I darkened to create this little light patch here. Next, I spent way too long trying to make a circle in a really complex way because I couldn't find the button to change the outline of a shape. So I was just like making circle selection. I made a circle and then made it smaller and cut out the middle, but I thought that looked bad. So I just pulled in a random circle PNG from Google and used the blending options to make it a little bit thicker. The next thing I did was I added this big clickbaity arrow thing, and then I did a funky little puppet warp to make it point the right way because I couldn't find an arrow with a nice curve. I moved the shock emoji because I thought it didn't quite look good. I added some text with drop shadow, and then decided to also add drop shadow to a few other things. Then I realized the font was the Terraria font, and then I didn't really like that, so I experimented with a few different fonts until I eventually decided on Impact. Moved it around, rotated the shocked emoji. And then the next thing I did was I put in the character from Among Us because that's really popular, so obviously it's going to be in all the clickbait thumbnails. I cut it so that it fit behind the lad, and there we go. Moved the text around as well. Then this was a big waste of time. I spent ages trying to figure out like which area to select, realized I was selecting the wrong layer. Then I did this weird puppet warp thing to try to make the mouth more expressional. Then there were these hard edges. I tried to fix them in a number of different ways that didn't work properly, including like the self-healing brush and stuff. So I resorted to clone stamp, which also looked terrible. So I ended up just like kind of smudging them. I figured because it was low res it wouldn't be that noticeable. So yeah, that's the first thumbnail. This next one I started the recording a little late, but I put in like an average Tommy Innit thumbnail, cut out the background, real quick, shrunk it, cut out Dream there on the side, and then I realized the hair wasn't right, so I spent quite a while with the clone stamp trying to fix that. It ended up looking bad, but like on a thumbnail size it looks fine. Then I tried moving this over to the side with the offset, and then used the patch tool to change the background, which worked pretty well over there. But it didn't work for the bottom. It kept giving me like weird ass different shades. So I ended up just deciding to find something to cover it. And that's something I chose with our good old clickbait friend Dream. Of course, he shows up on all the thumbnails, gets views. Then I moved Tommy Innit down a little bit, and that's thumbnail 2 basically done. So for thumbnail 3, I actually really liked the thumbnail it already came with, but I couldn't think of that many ideas, so I searched up some clickbait thumbnails. I ended up coming up with like some sort of like reaction video with some famous YouTubers, so I put in Markiplier. The only good image I could find of PewDiePie was from a shitty meme, but I just cut it, moved him over to the side there. Then I cut the Markiplier image to fit the same width, but that wasn't quite enough, so I added an arrow, and again I used the puppet warp to try to get it right. It took me a little bit longer this time, because I had to rotate it with the thing, and it doesn't show the puppet warp while you're rotating it. And then I decided to add some Minecraft diamond blocks. I added 3 with a little bit of different rotation behind each other. This one was a bit simpler than the others, but I think it worked out pretty good. This video was quite short, but I did have a lot of fun making it, and I might do some more of these in the future. Let me know if you would like to see that. Bye!